for granted is when you're throwing yourself into the middle of the defensive line or in the middle of the line of scrimmage, what kind of battering, what kind of toughness does that take to be a battering ram like your job could be, has been in the past and could be in this game?
Yeah, you know, I think it's no tougher than any other guy out on the field. You know, I think it's our offensive line is in the trenches, play in and play out. You know, running backs getting tackled. I mean, football is a contact sport. You got to be ready for it. You got to be ready to go. I've always loved the physical aspect of this sport, and you know, so contact is something that I've never shied away from. I always have embraced it, and embraced the culture, and I just honestly love that part of the game.
When you're taking on big bodies like Ndamukong Suh, obviously Aaron Donald, guys like that, maybe we overlook the technique. Obviously, you wouldn't. What is the kind of technique that goes into making sure that you're taking these guys on the right way?
Well, I think you got to be sure that your helmet's buckled on pretty tight.
Yeah.
Because I mean, those guys are, you know, well over 300 pounds, and you know, sometimes you're giving up close to 100 pounds body weight. So I think it really comes down to just leverage and just kind of going in there with a sense that, like, hey, this is my job. I got to go get it done, whatever it takes. I'm going to try to pull you out of this hole. And so you just gotta go in there with a little bit of a reckless abandon.
What part of your career, or when in your career, did you get over any potential fear of doing that and just say, this is part of my job, this is what I do, and go in there and do it?
I'd say from day one in training camp when I started playing fullback, you know, there's, I mean, contact is something that just comes with the fullback position, so you got to be ready to go. You can't go in there kind of hesitant, not ready for the hit, because the other guy's going to be ready and he's going to, you know, knock you back or do whatever. And, so you got to be ready to go.
Do you ever have trouble sleeping the night before the Super Bowl?
No, I actually sleep pretty well before games, and in my last three opportunities to play in this game, I've always slept pretty well, surprisingly.